Maybe I'm just biased, and I love the fact that this question was asked at a town hall, but they did. They asked Andrew Yang, what do you think and what are you going to do about these anti-vaxxers?
Charles, what's your question?
Good evening. What are your plans to address epidemics associated with people opting out of vaccines or anti-vaxxers?
Oh, well, I'm a huge champion of science. My father's a PhD who generated 69 U.S. patents for GE and IBM. And some people have taken to calling my presidential campaign the revolution of reason. And so if the science holds, which it does, that vaccinating young children is vital for the public health, then we just need to do a better job at convincing parents that that's what they should do. The tough part here is that we're in an era of the collapse of institutional trust, where Americans do not trust, we don't trust our government, we don't trust the media, we don't trust the schools, and unfortunately, we don't trust doctors. And so when the doctor says, hey, get a vaccine, then parents are like, you know what, I think I might not. And so there's this massive rebuilding of trust that we have to earn with the American people across many institutions, and unfortunately, our healthcare establishment is one of them.
I do like the answer, but I feel like he skated kind of around it. He says, yes, we just have to better educate these folks. It's hard, right? He says, number one, we have to better educate these folks, but these folks don't trust the people where the education is coming from. They don't trust the media, they don't trust the government, they don't trust any of these things. So what's the resolution? If we want to educate them, but the way we educate them is through these institutions, but they don't trust these institutions. I feel like he skated around that answer. But the general thing is, he's right. What else can you do, right? What else can you do? What I was hoping for is set a policy, something that says you can't go to public schools if you are going to endanger other students. And I know that's a state-to-state thing, but as a nurse, as a healthcare provider, I got to let you know that's just where I come from. No BS, that's just where I come from. Like, it's mandatory for you to get a health checkup before you go into school. It should be mandatory for you to get your vaccines, the bare bones ones, the ones that are necessary for all of us to keep away the measles, because we've been having these measles pop-ups in every single state, right? At Disneyland, at Disney World, like, what is going on, right? How is this happening? How is this happening in 2019, right? We almost eradicated polio. Now we're having kids coming through with polio. Like, this can't be happening. So I'm in the camp where we need actual policy saying your kids can't go to a public school if they're not vaccinated. You can't go to these public places if you choose not to get vaccinated, because you're not, yes, you do have the freedom to not get vaccinated, but you don't have the freedom to infect the rest of the population. That's at least how I feel. That's the answer I was looking for, but I appreciate where he's coming from. Maybe he wants to do a little more, but that's what I was looking for.